What's up guys, welcome to Man About Cake. I'm your host Joshua John Russell, and this week this man is all about elegant triple chocolate cakes. We're gonna build 3 tiers of cake, one in white chocolate, one in milk chocolate, and one in dark chocolate, and then we're gonna finish the entire thing with modeling chocolate roses. You guys ready?
Yeah!
Do it! So I'm gonna start with my largest tier in dark chocolate. I decided to go oval on this because it's elegant. It's a little bit more elegant, right, than a round. By the way, if you guys want any of the recipes, click the I at the top or you can get them in the description box below. I'm just gonna chop these guys up. The shark is dying for cake, by the way. I didn't realize that sharks liked cake. Apparently they do. Maybe that's why they beached themselves, because they heard there was cake by the ocean.
Just gonna point out, you don't hear about a lot of beached sharks. Beached whales.
I saw it on YouTube. It was on the internet, so it was true. Now we're gonna fill the cake with chocolate ganache and chocolate buttercream, so we get that triple chocolate feel. Yum. That looks freaking delicious. Put our next layer on. This cake is gonna be so rich. She buys anything she wants. She wears designer clothes, she goes on holiday. All right, I'm gonna pop this baby in the fridge, let her cool for a minute, and then we'll cut her, crumb coat her, final coat her. Crumb coat's done, I'm gonna get her in the cooler, and we'll do the final coat. Ah! Whoopsie. All right, now we're gonna get her in the cooler, let her chill completely, and then we'll be ready for the ganache. She's so delicious. While my cakes are chilling in the fridge, I'm gonna start on the modeling chocolate roses. So I made a batch of my modeling chocolate. By the way, when you guys make this, it's really, really hard, so we have to kind of process it so it gets softer, but don't be alarmed. It's gonna be really hard because it's set. So I'm just gonna cut a couple of pieces off, and then we'll knead them. So I'm just using the heat of my hands to process this and make it a moldable clay. You could actually pop this in the microwave just for a few seconds if your hands aren't very warm. Mine are like 2 little ovens. All right, so to make this, we're actually just gonna do everything by hand, and we're gonna use just a regular old Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna roll this into a log. We roll a lot of things into logs. It all starts with a log. And then I'm just gonna cut equal size little pieces. So to make this rose, we need 9 petals. So we do 1 for the bud, then we do a row of 3, and then a row of 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's as high as I can count, by the way. I don't know what comes after 9.
I've seen you do better.
11, I don't know. So I'm gonna actually break this guy down, then I can make like a flap. I took the thing off and now I can't zip it. I just gotta rip it open like a caveman. That was much easier. All right, so we're gonna put our little petals in here, then we'll fold it up, and then we'll mash each one down. So I'm just taking and thinning one side of the petal here. We're gonna thin them all out. You know, I had to do this when I was in culinary school, and I was in college, so I didn't have a whole lot of money. I would do it with Tootsie Rolls to practice. Works perfectly. And they're a good snack. That and microwave macaroni and cheese is what I lived off of my entire college years. Now we have our petals made. We're gonna build them around a little cone. So I'm just using my fingers to make what's kind of like a little bitty Christmas bulb, like a tiny fat little carrot, or like a turnip. So we're gonna use our first petal here to wrap around. This is gonna create our bulb. So I wrap this around. So there's our bud. So the first round we'll do is 3, and then we'll come back and do 5. And I'm just pinching the top to make sure it's as thin as I want it to be. It's like the cheapest decoration you can make. There's no tools. Use the tools that God gave you. We're gonna wrap these around and we're gonna tuck them into each other. So I'm gonna leave this kind of open, and I'll take my next one and he'll tuck into there. Wrap that around. So I'm gonna tuck my last petal into this guy. So then we'll just close it up. She's looking beautiful. We could leave it like that if we wanted a smaller rose. But now I'm gonna put the last row on the 5, and then you can get even bigger. You do 7 after that, but you wanna stay in the odd number realm, so if you do even numbers, it tends to get more square. No square roses on my set, only round, beautiful, elegant roses. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing on the outside here. Just tuck them into each other. One last one, and then I'm just gonna hold the bottom here and kind of make it look a little more rosy. Some of the petals can point a little bit, they can open up. Now we're gonna cut her off, kind of like we're cutting the top off of a cake. You've gotta be delicate, because she's elegant. Don't cut your finger either. There she is. Ta-da! Chocolate rose. Now I'm gonna make a zillion of these, because we're gonna pack them all around the cake. Okay, now we're ready to ganache. So our cake is super cold, and then our ganache is warm, as you can see, drippy. And then I also have some melted white chocolate ganache, and then I have some melted milk chocolate ganache. Be ready for the elegantness?
It could be so elegant.
It's gonna be the most elegant thing you've ever seen. Pouring ganache. Gonna make it all the way over. Some of this, and some of this. That's kind of fun. I'm gonna do a little. It could have been a little more marbled, but I kind of like it. We're gonna leave it. It's supposed to be subtle, not like the marble cake. We're not like super marbling. All right, now I'm gonna get her back in the cooler and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other two. Good Lord, she said. All right, now we're gonna coat the milk chocolate tier. So I got a little milk chocolate and then I got some dark and white in my bottles. Jackson Pollock had so much fun. So elegant, such a wealthy cake. She's so rich. Richest cake in town. She's got a pool. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the last tier, then we'll stack them. She's so heavy, I can already tell. All right, we're gonna ganache the last one in white chocolate ganache, and then I'm gonna marble it with a little bit of dark and a little bit of milk. Boom. Now our cakes are all set, and to stack these, I'm gonna do it with bubble tea straws. Let me see if it tastes good. This milkshake is so thick. There's no easy way to do this. Good Lord, she is. That's a dense cake right there. I think this is the one I gotta taste. Good Lord. Well, I'm not going to the gym today. Imagine if that's my workout. That would be so skinny and elegant.
You should make workout videos.
Of just pushing bubble tea straws into cakes. Come on, guys, spill the burn. Just throw it on there. The good thing about it is the chocolate is set, so you can kind of handle it a little bit. Does it look neat?
Yeah.
Let me see, can I see? Yeah. Ooh. All right, now we're gonna glue on our chocolate flowers with a little bit of chocolate buttercream. So I'm putting all of the dark roses on the bottom tier, then I'll put milk in the middle and the white on top. For the middle tier, I filled marble cake with milk chocolate ganache and then coated it in chocolate buttercream. For the top tier, I took white cake and filled it with white chocolate ganache and then coated it in vanilla buttercream. So she's an elegant triple chocolate explosion, and I love her. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Man About Cake. If you want any of the recipes or tools, click the eye in the corner, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and please comment to tell me what you guys want to see in the future. Let's eat. It's so thick. That feels so elegant.